13. As the battle for the Elite One title continues, One People One Power Opopo has killed Cotton Sports' dreams of winning the 2023-2024 football season as she defeats her 2-1. Development of these and more as you stay tuned. We kickstart this news story with the first news item as the Bolifamba Transformative Impact Week and Community Play Day has come to an end this Saturday, April 13, 2024. The week-long activity organized by Royalty World saw different competitions with prizes awarded to the winners. Alizi Komilike tells us in this report that this initiative is geared towards engaging the youth in My 16 and creating impact in the community.
It is happening at My 16 Bolifamba Boya. After highly affected by the ongoing Anglophone crisis, Royalty World deemed it necessary to organize the Bolifamba Transformative Impact Week and Community Play Day.
Since 2016, there's been a lot of fighting. Where we are, actually, this ground is where we had gunshots. The biggest blood was shed on this place. Fighting took place here. And as we know, that is a place of conflict between Riyadh and also the military. But then we are one people. And as Royalty World and the development-focused organization, we believe that it was necessary for us to come together to heal. For us to come together and forget about our differences. It's not about whether you are...
The week-long event, which runs from April 9 to April 13, had lots of activities.
We started by training our leaders, prefects. We got all the prefects from the schools in Bolifamba. We trained them to train them on servant leadership. And on Wednesday actually, we had a time of finding a solution to the waste management problem. We understand that we cannot get a solution. Second, maybe no one can come to the community because of the current crisis. But we can do something about it. And we have to bring community members together to be able to find out a solution. Chongo championed the hackathon for us. The Okalians as well, an organization from Douala, sponsored the event.
Community cleaning and environmental protection was one of the main items during the week's activities, as cleaning tools and bins were awarded and given to different quarters to continue in that spirit.
For us, the Okalians as well, an organization from Douala, sponsored the event, and they came together to identify solutions for waste management. And there's been a committee of 8 people who have been going around identifying the cleanest community, so there's a competition as well. And they have identified which is the cleanest quarter. So today we are here, we gave them, we awarded the best 3 quarters.
We have stakeholders of menstrual hygiene. They come together. We had the trainers of trainers in which community leaders were trained so that they can go back to the community and train the young girls about menstrual hygiene, managing menstrual hygiene, because one of the biggest challenges we face in this community, young girls using stocks of fun as parts in this community, what we have seen, and we thought that was important.
To the My 16 community, the event is quite a relief.
Concerning the events, as a whole, I'm really delighted and happy for this initiative to happen in our community, especially for the children of My 16 to come up with such a brilliant project to see.
To crown it all, the whole community looked up to God during their worship night, praising and thanking Him for seeing them through.
Despite government accompanying efforts to increase the salaries of civil servants and the increase of the minimum wage rate so as to pacify the effect of the increase of fuel prices, some Cameroonians say they are yet to feel the impact as living conditions get even more deplorable. Aisha Mbeng in this report samples the thoughts of some Cameroonians and as well explores how the increment of fuel prices is affecting their socio-economic life.
In the midst of the numerous challenges faced by Cameroonians, cost of living is now the big challenge of the day. Life has become more difficult as citizens grapple with fuel price hike as well as soaring food costs. According to the ranking, Cameroon has one of Africa's 10 highest costs of living as food prices soar due to poor harvest. The population says life has become difficult and it is weighing them down.
Now it's been gotten for about 350 francs. A carton which was about 13,500 francs is about 17,000 francs. Things have become very, very expensive. I think you should use very, very.
I bought just half, that is 10 liters of the granola oil. So I'm going back with it. I'm not able to buy the other things, which I intended to buy. Everything is more expensive.
Also, recent increase in fuel prices too has hit hard on the population as it led to an increase in transport fare, further making movement complicated and life more costful and very difficult. The act of subsidization of fuel prices by the government for some years now has become a huge cost to the country. Citizens have been facing this down since last year in line with pressure from the International Monetary Fund. Despite the government's accompanying measures of 5% increase for civil servants and increase of the minimum wage, the impact of these is yet to be felt.
Many thanks, Aisha Mbeng, for that report. Now, after a one-month internship, some students of the Himad University Institute of Buea have underscored challenges facing the community, particularly in the fields of business management, finance, and technology. They also made propositions as to how to ameliorate these challenges. The propositions were made public during their HND internship defense on Saturday, April 13, 2024. Details with you, Alizi Komilike.
A professional institution should be able to solve societal problems. This is 100% applicable with the Hikmat University of Buea that has eventually proven it this Saturday, April 13, through the defense session of the Higher National Diploma Internship Reports. The students have been trained to identify and solve problems.
My focus area on my internship was domestic installation. Now, my reason for choosing this topic is because every individual lives in a home. Electricity is a basic necessity for everybody, and not just electricity. Electrical companies as of now are still getting integrated into smart homes. This is something that is not very common in our society presently. A lot of people just have conventional electrical wiring or domestic wiring, which as of now I think is outdated and not actually useful to our environment as of now. But what the future needs and what the present Cameroonian homes need is a smart home, where you get to your home exhausted and have the liberty to switch on your appliances without you necessarily walking up to a switch, to a distributor, to a socket. All these things are what we need to integrate into our next homes that we all want to live in.
This level of education is very important to the students and the institution as well.
This exercise today is of importance first to the students because it is the first stage of their higher national diploma examination. Without this, they cannot write the exam. So a pass in this enables them to write the exam. So this is a very important part. And for us, as an institution, it gives us the opportunity to evaluate how far they have followed what we have been teaching them. And I'm happy.
In rating their performances during the defense, the students are convinced that they gave it their best.
During my internship, I realized that many microfinancial institutions suffer from loan delinquency management. And I realized that it's because they don't really implement the 5 C's, which is character, capacity, your capability to repay the loan, conditions, and collateral. And if they actually implement these 5 C's, it's going to help them a lot to be able to recover the loan. And also, I also realized that they always give complaints of network issue, which make customers to doubt their capability, competence, and for that reason, I had to recommend them to use extra networks.
One can only but wish success to these students as they continue their journey in the academic milieu.
What you're watching right now is a High Prime newscast over High Television. Many thanks for staying glued. We continue with this newscast as some 97 trainees who have diligently completed their training and coursework at the Center for Community Regeneration and Development, CREAT Buea, have recently been sent off in the 11th graduation ceremony in the Buea Center. The different laureates were given seed capitals by the founder, Dr. Ewang Hilary Ngide. As you tell us, Laria Tengene.
These young people are done with their diverse training in computer sciences, tailoring and textile, hairdressing and beauty, secretarial studies and others from the Center for Community Regeneration and Development, CREAT Buea.
Just for them to make sure they put their skills into practice wherever they will be practicing. You know, we are just focused on teaching people how to catch fish and not giving them fish. So at our level, we are giving them the skills, and as you can see, we are also giving them some basic materials to go and begin with. So we expect them to start basic micro enterprises with what they have received from us, and maybe with the support of their parents and other cheerful givers.
The center that has branches in Bangem, Edina and Buea was created in 2004 but went operational in 2006, and since then the center has been impacting the lives of many Cameroonians and non-citizens alike for free, as some of the outgoing laureates attest.
Oh, from now already, I already have a machine in the house, which means after this I'm going to open a workshop. I stay at Petit. I have a big portion of land. I'm going to open a workshop and I'm going to start doing soil assessments. Yeah. I'm going to help even other children in the quarter, even outside the school.
During the 11th graduation ceremony of the center, where some 97 trainees were sent out to impact their various communities with knowledge gained, some of the laureates re-enumerated on the different new skills they have gained for the past years.
I studied software in general. I did Microsoft. I studied Microsoft. Studied PowerPoint. That's all the programs under computer software. I studied. I received skills in those particular areas. So in fact, I augmented my skills, and I feel that I know better now than I knew before.
CREAT founder Dr. Ewang Hilary Ngide, in his kind magnanimity as always, distributed seed capitals to the different trainees for them to start up something with what they have learned. For the year's training for the center that has been for free, some of the outstanding staff of CREAT were equally recognized for their applicable services, as they were given recognition by the founder of the center.
We now take you out of Cameroon as Iran unleashed an attack of a barrage of missiles and drones on Saturday night, April 13, and in the early hours of Sunday, April 14, targeting Israel. This comes in retaliation of suspected Israeli strikes on Iran's consulate in Damascus in the last 2 weeks, which killed 13 people. This is the first time Iran has launched an attack on Israel, and this has provoked fears of a wider war in the Middle East. Aisha Ben gives more insight as to this matter and equally explores the reactions of some different world powers.
Iran has launched a massive aerial attack on Israel 2 weeks after a deadly strike on its consulate in Syria. Iran unleashed a barrage of missiles and drones on Saturday and during the early hours of Sunday, targeting Israel in retaliation for last week's suspected Israeli strike on its consulate in Damascus that killed 13 people. According to analysts, the aerial attack resulting from Israeli strike on its consulate in Syria, marking the first ever direct attack by Iran on Israeli territory from Iranian soil. It was an Operation True Promise, as Iran named the attack. The attack that began on Saturday night around 8 GMT, which according to US officials lasted for approximately 5 hours, took across the cities of Israel, including Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, with noise of explosions heard and air raid sirens sounding in more than 720 locations as Israeli forces sought to shoot down the projectiles. Following a report from the Associated Press news agency agency, Israel's chief military spokesman Daniel Hagari said Iran's attack involved more than 120 ballistic missiles, 170 drones, and more than 30 cruise missiles. Reports from the Israeli military also says that the vast majority of the projectiles were intercepted outside the country's borders with help from the United States, United Kingdom, and France, with Jordan, who also shot down some of the missiles aimed at Israel as they were flying through Jordanian airspace, though there were some small number of hits identified in the base located in southern Israel, but minor damage occurred to the infrastructure. Amongst those injured from the attack was a 7-year-old girl severely injured by fragments. Meanwhile, other patients sustained minor injuries and some were treated for anxiety. It is worth noting that the US has also intercepted dozens of missiles and drones launched at Israel from Iraq, Syria, and Yemen, as the US Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin emphasized on Sunday.
In sports, One People One Pa Opopo has defeated 18 times champions Cotton Sport of Garoua to increase her chances of winning this year's title. The 2-1 victory takes Victoria United top on the classification table with 12 points. A sports reporter watched that game, Sanita Nguni, and she now gives feedback.
As it was highly anticipated, One People One Power Opopo proved to 18 times champions that some objectives are rather not said in public, as Victoria United defeated Cotton Sport of Garoua 2-1 at the Baplepe Stadium to top the classification table. It reiterated that some 2 weeks back, Cotton Sport of Garoua took to their social media handle to specify that they had a specific objectives to defeat Victoria United. The high-level game saw Richmond Inji, assisted by Bijik Donat, net the curtain raiser, followed by Wilfred Nathan Duwala, who scored the second goal, making things very difficult for Cotton Sport of Garoua to have a breathing space.
Struggling to create chances here. What strategy, what ingredient is needed to spice it up? It's only what is left at the moment, especially with opportunities. The person happy, Donat Bijik on the back. It's a long one. The first goal. It's a goal. It's a goal. Richmond Inji. It's a goal! Good one. Finds Jude Eno once more as he's attacking forward. Jude Eno plays forward too. Wilfred Nathan, and of course it's still Wilfred Nathan. 2 for Victoria United.
2 goals down in the first 45 minutes of play. Cotton will struggle to come back into the game, only succeeded in getting 1 goal back. The two sides have met 3 times this season, with each other picking up 1 draw, 1 win, and 1 defeat. Cotton will stand third in terms of the classification table with 9 points. Will have to clash against Dynamo of Douala on the last day of play, match day 7 of the MTN Elite 1 play-up, this Thursday 18th of April 2024 at the Dembona Stadium Stadium. Meanwhile, Victoria United, who has a greater chance to be crowned champions, will lock horns with the boys of David Paku Stade Renat, who defeated Dynamo last match day to have 9 points. Who amongst Young Sports Academy, Stade Renat, Victoria United will be crowned champions of the 2023-2024 season. Only after match day 7 will the winner be known coming Thursday.
That sports story from Sonita Nguni brings this newscast to a close. And of course, many thanks for trusting High Prime Newscast as a veritable news source. Take another round of again tomorrow. My name is Jambi Kitty. Do have a good night.